You know what the best game devs do? They steal. Not plagiarize, relax. I mean, they learn from what actually works and toss out what doesn't. Now, you could reinvent the wheel every time you start a new project, but trust me, it's better to look at what other games do, figure out what works, what doesn't work, and go from there. That's exactly what I have been doing lately, specifically with my HP and MP systems in my game. And you might be thinking, surely there's not that much to think about when it comes to HP and MP, right? You'd be wrong. So wrong. Let's start with HP. I originally had an HP system inspired by games like Jedi Fallen Order. Very Souls-like in a lot of ways. The enemies had a defense bar and an HP bar. And as long as some defense was held, the enemies wouldn't stagger and they wouldn't really take all that much damage. Then you would break their defense, stagger them briefly, and be able to get some real damage in, and then just repeat that loop until you've defeated the enemy. For a slower, more methodical combat system, that is great, but I'm going for something faster and flashier and more hack and slash now. And this system, it made the enemies feel like a damage punch. Combat became a slog, boring even. Most of the time, it didn't feel like your attacks did anything, because, surprise, they didn't. Not until the defense broke. So I scrapped it. Completely. Instead, I borrowed from a different game, Kingdom Hearts. If you've played any game after Kingdom Hearts 1, or even Chain of Memories on the GBA, but let's be honest, you guys haven't played the GBA version, you'll know the segmented HP bar. You've got one visible HP bar, and then beneath it little pips or notches that represent full extra HP bars that the enemy has. So if you see a visible half bar of HP and 3 pips underneath, you still have 3.5 HP bar to go. Lose that one half, 1 pip disappears. Lose another full bar, another pip disappears. And so on and so forth until the last pip disappears and you still have 1 full HP bar to go. It's clean, it's readable, it just works. Before this, every enemy in the game had their own HP bar floating above the head. Visually, it looked like chaos. Originally I did that to help track multiple enemies, like who's low on health, who to focus on. But once I removed the defense system, that info became way less important. So now, I just let people cycle through the targets with my lock-on system to see those HP values individually. Much cleaner, much simpler, amazing win. Now, the HP system, as you can imagine, very easy to fix. The real nightmare, MP. For the longest time, my MP system was, well, just barely a system at all. It was just, you have an MP bar, casting spells subtracts from the MP bar, done. Why? Because that's the way RPGs do it, right? Well, here's the thing. Those kinds of MP bars are really hard to read unless you slap numbers on them, and I really hate that. Can you actually tell the difference between 35 or 40 MP visually? Not really. And even if you could, can you tell if you have enough mana to cast a spell that costs 36 MP at that point? Exactly. You can't. So I looked at Kingdom Hearts again. In some Kingdom Hearts games, if you don't have enough MP, you can cast anyway. It just drains all of your remaining MP and starts what's called MP recharge. But I didn't want that system either, because it basically means if you have any MP at all, you can cast your biggest spell. And with the lack of an MP recharge system, it means you only ever need 1 MP to spam your biggest spell over and over and over again. Definitely not what I want. So I considered scrapping the MP system entirely in favor of a cooldown system like Final Fantasy 16. Sounds great, right? Until you realize that that just makes your gameplay loop, dump all your abilities like a tactical nuke, dodge for 10 to 20 seconds and repeat. Which is fine and flashy and fun, but not engaging. I want a system that rewards you for staying in the fight, not one that encourages you to run around. So I circled back around to Kingdom Hearts 1 again. Turns out that it had a brilliant solution for both of my problems at the same time. You've got these segmented MP bars. When you hit an enemy, it fills up a charge meter over top of these MP bars. Once your meter fills up to reach the next full MP segment, boom, you regain a full MP segment. It's clear, it's visual, and best of all, that rewards aggressive combat. Because you don't get MP back instantly, you build over time by engaging in the action with the MP charge meter. It's perfect. Well, almost perfect. There is one little downside. It's not always very clear how much MP you really have. Let's say, for instance, you have 3 full segments of MP, with the charge bar filling about 2.5 of those segments on top of it. So you spend 1 MP and that segment goes blank. You spend the second MP expecting that segment also to go blank, but it actually stays, and your MP charge bar is the thing that gets taken away. Because what happened in reality is it took away that second MP, then your MP charge bar decided, hey, I am now beyond the amount of MP charge to give you back an MP, so it instantly gives you that MP back and goes down in MP charge. Confusing? Yeah, a little, but there's actually a kind of cool part to this. You usually end up with more MP than you expected because of this, and that's actually kinda great. In game design, it's usually good to have systems that favor the player. The same way that you design hitboxes. You design hitboxes for the player to be lenient. You design hitboxes for the enemy to be easier to hit. It's about creating that feeling of, I should not have dodged that, instead of the feeling of, that should not have hit me. And of course for enemies, the other way around. This MP system works on that same principle. It feels generous, and that feels good. On top of all that, the more MP segments you get, the longer it takes to charge up to a new one. So this system kind of balances itself. You grow stronger, gaining a new MP segment actually effectively gives you more than 1 new MP if you also have your charge all the way up, but it's going to take you longer and longer to actually get that more reward. So right now I'm running an HP system lifted straight from the modern Kingdom Hearts games and an MP system lifted straight from the very first Kingdom Hearts game. And I genuinely don't know why they ever removed this system from Kingdom Hearts, because as far as I'm concerned, Kingdom Hearts 1, it's clever, it's readable, and most importantly, it rewards engagement. You deal damage, you earn MP. And you can then use that MP to get back HP if you are having trouble with the boss fights, or you can use that MP obviously to deal even more damage if you are good at avoiding getting hit in the first place. So in the worst case scenario for the player, it's a self-sustaining loop of engagement that keeps the fight going. And in the best case scenario for the player, it's a positive feedback loop where dealing more damage gives you the opportunity to use spells to deal even more massive damage. Now that I've got all these systems in place, I need to start building more spells to actually use this MP. So I'm diving back into my GameDevCave, and when I crawl back out, blinking into the daylight, I'll have surely gotten more stuff to rant about at you. In the meantime though, do you have a favorite HP or MP system in a game that you love? Drop it in the comments below and I might just steal parts of it next. And a very big thank you to all my Patreons. You can see them on screen right now. If you want to help support the channel or get any of the project files in any of my tutorials, there's a link down below to the Patreon page to support me, or alternatively as a YouTube member. And a huge thank you to my Cave Big Brain tier supporters, which care more for coding than impulse control: Earl, Monserville Erno, my Cave Student tier supporters, Paul Berry and Oiku, and my Cave Digger tier supporters, Mauricio Farias.